Power Wheels go-kart, Predator engine, front suspension, steering, wheels, Grindhard plumbing, Ratherby welding, Whistling diesel, Vice Grip garage, Dirthead shed, and apologies to every other YouTuber, I just used your name for clout, but also I know you probably can't see my face. It is really late at night, and it's dark out, and there's a big light behind me. Anyway, in this video, we're going to be working on the wheel hubs, the knuckles, and we're going to get a front brake built. Let's get on to it. Okay, building the power... Cut all of that out. Okay, building the power wheels. We're going to continue with the steering wheel. We are going to get the brake lever on, hopefully, and start figuring out the actual steering mechanism. Let's get right to it. Okay, so that's our rear brake. That was actually surprisingly easy. Okay, so I've been staring at the steering wheel for probably a solid hour now, and I'm trying to figure out, I have the rear brake and the throttle, but I don't know where to put the front brake. And the problem is I don't have another lever like this, so I'd have to order one, and even if I ordered one, there's no good way to attach it on this side, considering that the throttle is also there. So I'd have to do some really jank stuff to add it on coming off the bottom, and then this one would be reversed, so I might as well just add this one to the bottom, in which case I'd have to rework the steering wheel, and it just all becomes a big mess. It's not worth it. So what I think I can do is right here, your feet typically sit here and here, and that's fine, that works great. I'll make a pedal that will sit right here in the middle, and it'll be like a bar about that wide, so either foot could push on it, but it'll be a bar about this wide, and it'll pivot, you know, just right here, and it'll be an L shape that comes down, so when you push down right here, it pushes it backwards, which will then activate my master cylinder that I do have. I have one of these guys that you have to push in on to activate. So it's gotta go like that. And this thing can then sit back here, protected. When you push down on the pedal, it'll collapse this and it'll activate the brakes. And then that way we just have a really short distance to run some hose to the brakes up here. And I think this is just gonna be the best method. I couldn't figure out a way to fit it on the steering wheel like I wanted, but I think this will work out just as good, if not better. But we're gonna go ahead and start making, I'm gonna start by making the pedal, and then from there I'll figure out how to mount it. Okay, I think I figured out the way to mount it into the power wheels. It's a really complicated shape, so I'm just gonna make it and explain it when it's done. That's the parts that will mount this pedal into the frame, and we have to get it set in place and then tacked, and it's not even done yet. I'm gonna actually make it so that this is a solid, basically a pin that goes through, so you don't have any bolts or nuts to tighten down. You just put the pin through and probably do some like cotter pins on the end of it, and then that way there's like no resistance at all in its pivot. But that'll be in just a minute. We'll get these brackets tacked in first. Okay, so there's the pedal. Now we can add in a bar in here that the pin will slide through. All right, so here's your pedal. Pop that stinker up in there. Got the pin. Okay, and there's your pedal. Alright, I might have to cut out some plastic so you can actually put your feet off to the side, but I think that'll actually work out pretty good. Yeah, you can really, I can feel that's bottoming out the cylinder. So once I get this thing actually bled again and refilled with fluid, that'll actually work. I just have to cut out some plastic so you can actually put your feet out to the side like I intended. Or I'll just make it so that you're supposed to sit like this the whole time. That should work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just not comfortable. I can live with that. I think the easiest way to weld those tabs onto the bearing bar is going to be to remove it from the frame. So we'll go ahead and do that here. Okay. Not bad. That's pretty easy. itself up here. Yep, it's not gonna work. There's too much stretch in it. But, I mean, everything else is just sick. This is not the way I wanted to end the video, but it's gonna be the way that I'm ending the video because I am entirely out of time to record. I'm super stoked with the way this thing's working for suspension. Like, that is just beautiful. I'm dumbfounded that it works so good. But the steering is just absolutely not going to work. I've been working on that steering for like a whole week now. Just the steering. Maybe actually a couple weeks by this point. But either way, the cable steering is not going to work. There's a reason nobody else has done it yet. Unless I can find like a heavy duty cable. I'll look into it, I'll see if I can find something. The problem with this is there's just too much stretch. Because I can go like this, and it barely changes the wheel. So there's too much stretch going on. It's not going to function like that. So again, this is really not the way I wanted to end the video, but it's going to have to be the end of it because I'm just out of time. I got to get this video edited. I mean, in the video, we did get a lot done. We finished the knuckles. We finished the wheel hubs, the spindles. We got it actually sitting up on all four wheels. The wheels are probably going to have to come back off just so I can get the thing to sit in the shed, because right now it's in the way. We got the steering wheel made. We got some of the controls added, the brake, the throttle. We got the front brake made up and installed. Actually, now that I say that, we made the steering wheel in the last video, but oh, it's been a sprint. So anyway, that's going to have to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go down below and comment and leave a like on the video. That really helps the YouTube algorithm, which would just be super helpful. So go down and do that if you enjoyed it. If you really enjoyed, make sure you subscribe so you see every 2 weeks when I upload a new video on Sunday. But once again, that's going to be it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to posting again in a couple weeks. Bye.